Hi everyone. Before I begin today's story hour, I want to thank some wonderful people who made this program possible. Thank you to Karen Hammond, our MVS concierge, to Nellie Swigert, director of the YMCA Learning Center, and to Jim Lee and Pat Dorning, our very own resident recorders. Your support has been invaluable. Thank you so much. I'll be reading from my book, Traveling Our Road. This is a picture book that I wrote in memory of my late husband, Dave, who was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease in 1996. He passed away in 2007 after 11 years of this extraordinarily challenging disorder. Presenting my program during the month of November has special meaning. Not only is it the anniversary of Dave's passing, it's also National Alzheimer's and National Caregivers Awareness Month. Plus, it's Thanksgiving, and I know I have a lot to be thankful for, and I'm wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving as well. People often ask me about my writing. How did I go from professional writing as a speech-language pathologist to creative nonfiction? Why do I use animal protagonists, and why the pen name Dylan Weiss? Well, like every writer, there's a story behind my story, and it all began a year before Dave's death, when my grandson Joey, who was 2 at the time, was afraid of his grandpa. Here is what happened. It was Thanksgiving of 2006. The whole family was watching the Ohio State-Michigan football game, a traditional. I have to say, go Buckeyes. Dave was seated in his Jerry chair with Joey on the floor in front of him. It appeared to me that Dave pointed to Joey and mumbled something like, "Come here." I was absolutely stunned because Dave hadn't spoken for over a year. I asked my sons, "Did you hear that?" They said, "What?" I said, "Dave just said, come here." And they said, "Mom, you're imagining things." But with an expertise in geriatric communication, I knew differently. When I tried putting Joey on Dave's lap, he pulled away, saying, "No, scary." Seeing Joey afraid of his grandpa just broke my heart. I was determined to find a way for Joey to connect with his grandpa Dave. That night, after I read a Winnie the Pooh story, and here was part of the story that I read a Winnie the Pooh story to Joey, who had padded downstairs in his PJs to say goodnight. Dave was already tucked into bed. That's when I had an aha moment. I said, "Hey, Joey, you know what? Grandpa Dave lost his walking and his talking, just like Eeyore lost his tail. Their outer smiles are gone and they look so sad. But if you kiss Grandpa Dave, you'll bring back his inner smile." So Joey threw Dave a kiss, and then I said, "See, it worked. You made Grandpa Dave feel better." And then Joey grinned and said, "Better." When I realized Joey had never seen Dave any other way but sick, I decided to write him a storybook about his grandpa, using pictures of Dave doing fun things before the Alzheimer's, paired along with illustrations of Winnie the Pooh characters doing similar activities. I wrote the book, I called it Dave's Tale, and then I gave it to him for Christmas, and then here it is again. I gave it to him for Christmas, and as they sat side by side listening to me read that story, the book became a bridge, drawing them close together. It eliminated Joey's fear. Many months after writing Dave's Tale for my grandson, I was contacted by a colleague, Merritt Moore, who was editor of the ASHA Leader, that's my national organization, American Speech Language Hearing Association. She called and she said, "Hey Gail, have you done any new programs since the award-winning article you wrote 5 years ago?" And I said, "You mean side by side, traveling the road and sharing the load of Alzheimer's?" "Yep, that's the one," she said. It had been an article explaining a new communication strategy I had developed for Dave. Told Merritt about Dave's Tale, and then she asked me to submit it to the leader, and I said, of course I will. So in 2007, we had Still Traveling the Road published. Shortly after this article was published, I was contacted by another colleague by the name of Dr. Michelle Bourgeois, who was heading up the ASHA convention call for papers, and she asked me to present a communication program on dementia and include Dave's Tale. However, a few months before the convention, I was told I couldn't use Disney images in my presentation due to strict copyright laws. Our conversation went something like this. I said, okay, Michelle, I won't include Dave's Tale, on which she said, no, it's really important, you have to. I said, well, what do you want me to do? She said, quick, write another children's story that you can substitute other animals for the ones in Winnie the Pooh. Quick, write a children's story. So I asked myself, if I were an animal like Eeyore, who had lost his tail, what animal would I be? And that is how Sebastian Skunk was born. And the other characters followed over years of research, trial and error, eventually appearing in Skunk Tales trilogy. The characters in these books, there were two books, Norton's Tale and Sebastian's Tale. Took two books to gather these many characters. They took on lives of their own, and they actually became my imaginary friends, helping me to cope with the grief during the last stage of Dave's illness, as well as giving me a new purpose after he passed away. So it started out as a short story for Joey, transformed into complex environmental allegories of over 350 pages with 20 characters spanning multiple themes and messages for readers of all ages. Thus, I finally had other animals to substitute for those in Dave's Tale. I chose 7 of the characters from those books to write Dave's Tale as a picture book for children. So after 15 years, Dave's Tale morphed into the Traveling Our Road book, which I had showed you at the beginning. It morphed into this book. And Traveling Our Road is a story about 2 characters, Dylan and DJ, who together face the challenges of early onset Alzheimer's disease. Rich in symbolism, the book invites children to consider how they might communicate with an impaired loved one, thus reducing their anxiety as well as the anxiety of an adult who is accompanying a child to go visit somebody with a dementia or just an ill grandparent. As you listen to Traveling Our Road, imagine yourself as a young child visiting that sick loved one, feeling anxious or scared. See if you can pick up on any of the verbal or visual symbols that illustrate their journey together. With the holidays approaching, I suggest Traveling Our Road as a great gift. Purchases of this book, as well as those in Skunk Tales trilogy, can be made via Amazon or discounted directly from me. A percentage of profits will be donated to environmental causes and or research to find a prevention or cure for early onset Alzheimer's disease. To learn more, please visit me on my website at www.author, A-U-T-H-O-R, Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N, Weiss, W-E-I-S-S.com. Thanks so much. Hi, everybody. How is everybody today? That's what's a beautiful day, isn't it? Yeah. You know what? My name's Gail. What are your names? Lots of pretty, so many pretty names. Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, hi. I'm glad to meet you. Well, you know what? Today, I'm going to read you a story. And it's a book I wrote. I'm the author. And I wrote this book, and it's called traveling our road. Here we go. Here we go. Hi, my name's Dylan, and this is my best friend DJ. We have a story for you, a magical story. Bet you didn't know that magic is all around us. We can hear it, because hearing and listening is magical. We can see it because our eyes and what we see, that's pretty magical. We can smell it. We can smell with our nose, and that's a magic too. And so is feeling things. If it's soft or hard, we can feel it, and that's magic. Did you know that DJ and I met on an escalator? How many people have been on escalators? Okay, how many people have been on elevators? What do we like better, escalators or elevators?
Escalator.
Okay, why do you like escalators better?
Because they make you go up and go down.
And why do people like elevators?
Because they go up and down.
They both go up and down, but kind of in a different way, but that's okay. But guess what? DJ and I met on an escalator. I was going up and he was going down. And as we passed, our arms reached out. Don't ever do this. We didn't do it either, but it's the story. Our arms reached out and our fingers touched, and that's how our magic began. We grabbed hands. Hold on tight, DJ said. Here we go. Instantly, we were transported to our road. It was not too wide, it was not too narrow, it was just right for us to share. At first, our road was smooth and straight, and traveling was easy. It was full of adventure and lots of love. We were so busy having fun until our road changed. DJ didn't notice, but I did. How does she look? She's sad because the road changed. What happened to the road? The road became rough. There were steep slopes. There were scary twists, and there were crooked turns. But you know what? We weren't alone. My secret friends were following us. I could see them, but guess who couldn't? DJ couldn't see them. When DJ fell, it was time to get help. One by one, I called upon my hidden friends. Who knows what that word says? Help! Let's all help! Let's yell help! Help! We need help! She needs help! Embla, my enchanted walking stick, came to the rescue. Her magical sparkle gave DJ the oomph he needed to catch up with me. Then our road took us to the ocean, but DJ had forgotten how to swim. Help! Let's all yell, help! Help, I yelled. Subalda came to our rescue. She coaxed DJ to swim, but he couldn't. So with a tap of her magical whale of a tail, she pushed DJ back to me. Then our road went into the woods, and DJ was frozen with fear. He was afraid. He stopped hiking because he was afraid the bears were real. Help, I yelled. Sebastian Skunk came to the rescue. His magical spray made DJ feel safe again, and so he was able to hike back to me. But then Our road took us boating. DJ couldn't cross the lake. He forgot how to paddle. Help, I yelled, help! She'll help. Help her. Help! Has anybody been on a lake in a boat ever?
I have.
How did you paddle? How did you get across that lake? What kind of boat was it?
I like a kayak.
A kayak. Oh yeah, you gotta paddle that.
I want to make it move with a paddle.
A steamboat.
Mine was a push button boat.
A push button boat. Oh wow.
And you know how you can move it? You can use a paddle.
You can, and guess what? Guess how they used the paddle. Guess what they did? Princeton Beaver came to their rescue along with his fun-loving latch buddies, and they paddled DJ across the lake using their magical tails as oars. Isn't that amazing? Then we met on the other side, but what we found on the other side was a mysterious, spooky island. We trudged our way through hardened gunk and tangled branches, and suddenly we came to a dangerous divide. She needs help. Help, I yelled. Lucella Mouse came to our rescue, and she explored the landscape with her magical whiskers. What she found, Lucella's scan showed, they were on the Isle of Ills, and there was no turning back. Help, I yelled, help! Amy and Lloyd Hamster came to our rescue. They were both sick with old hamster's disease, also known as Alzheimer's disease. That's a big word. Did anybody ever hear of Alzheimer's disease? It sounds a little like old hamster's disease, and that's why we call it that. It's easier to say. And here they are. Even though they were stuck in the muck, Amy and Lloyd tried to warn us. Wait till you hear what they said. Listen carefully, because it's mixed up. Beavely for its lutate. Is that English? Beavely for its lutate? Does anyone understand what that might say? Well, I'm going to help you. I'm going to unscramble it. It's leave before it's too late. Leave before it's too late. I grabbed DJ's hand, dragging him back to our road. But DJ was already sick with old hamster's disease. DJ couldn't walk anymore. He couldn't talk anymore. Both of us felt very sad. Help, I yelled. We need a lot of help. All of our family and all of our friends, including my secret friends, came to our rescue. They rushed to our road, helping us find our inner smiles, because the outer smiles were all gone and they were sad, but we have inner smiles too. Can you guess what they did to bring out the inner smiles? Well, here's some hidden pictures here that give you some ideas. Can anybody see any of these pictures?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what you see?
A heart.
A heart. Maybe they made Valentine's. What else?
A book.
A book. Maybe a swirl. Swirls. That's interesting. And a book. On TV, maybe they watched a show together.
A flower.
And maybe they brought flowers. Lots of things. Do you guys have anything that you could bring your own magic? Those are all magical things that they brought to bring out the inner smile. Do you have anything that you might bring to somebody who might be sick and we need to bring out their inner smile? What would you bring?
Flowers.
Flowers. A heart.
Flowers and hearts.
Flowers and hearts?
American flag.
Oh my gosh, wave an American flag. What a great idea. They're all great ideas. Those, you saw that again, and that's a beauty, isn't it? And we love it. And guess what? Yesterday was Veterans Day. And so we remember all of our veterans. So here are some other things that maybe one could bring, magical things. They could paint a picture, they could listen to music, look at family photos, read a book, and somebody did say that, drink cocoa. You all like cocoa?
Yeah.
Do you like it? What do you like to put in it?
Marshmallows.
Oh yeah, cocoa with marshmallows.
Yeah.
What about animals? Does anybody have a pet?
I have 3 cats.
Three cats? A
I
dog?
have
A fish? A fish?
I have 1 dog.
One dog. What's the dog's name? Oh, what are their names?
My cat's name is Perry. My
Perry.
cat's name is Allie.
Oh, an alley cat.
My dog's name is Callie.
That is very
My
exciting.
3 cats is Biscuit, Twilight, and Lily.
I love these names. And my dog's name is Mava, but my dog is an Irish setter. It's big, but guess what? I don't have to walk it. I don't have to feed it. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to take it out. You know why?
Why?
It's a stuffed animal.
Why?
Does anybody have a stuffed animal?
Yes.
So if we couldn't take our real animals, although sometimes we can to visit a sick person, maybe we could take one of our stuffed animals. Does anybody have a slinky? Does anybody know how to dance? These are all your magical abilities that you would be able to take to make somebody who was sad find their inner smile. And that's the end of my story. Thank you for being such great listeners. And I loved talking to you today, and I hope we can do this again with another story, another day. Thank you.
Oh, what do we say?
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Super.
Great. Very nice job.
Thanks.